Good afternoon, everyone. All right, here we are. First long video I've been able to make here in quite a while. I've been putting out those little short ones here, just kind of little teasers there on some of my knives that I'm working on right now. Sorry about that. That's about all the time I've had to just get those little short ones out. But hopefully that kept everybody up to date onto what was going on here. So we are March 27th. Yes, March 27th, 2026. Right in the middle of sugaring season here in Vermont. That's been going pretty good here for everybody, except for today, because I think everything froze up again. It's cold out there, and there's nothing even close to springtime yet. So yeah, okay. It's a little hard in March here in Vermont when things are just not growing, and we're ready. We're ready for things to get past winter. That's not how it works, unfortunately. So, all right, I've got a couple knives here to show everybody, and this one right here is spoken for. Sorry, this yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I know. This is one of the Hudson Bays that I had from the limited run back in October. Finishing those up. I've been sending emails to everybody there. They'll be getting those here shortly. Yeah, this one. Look at the tiger on that. This is actually quilted tiger maple. Okay. What I do is when I come across a really good piece, I put it to the side, and I only put it on special certain knives or special requested ones that have that kind of wood on there. It's just a gorgeous wood. My goodness. Look at that. Anyhow, now the finger grooves. Okay. This gentleman requested to have finger grooves on his Hudson Bay. Never put those on a big Hudson before, but it's not bad. Feels pretty good. Now, I think I've talked about this before. Not always a big fan of finger grooves on a handle. At least the ones that you typically see where there's four right here. And the problem with that is you have to put your hand right on those four, no matter what. And a lot of times you grab the knife, if you have to grab it fast or something, and it just doesn't always fit on the handle. And of course those deep, the ridges on the top there, what happens inevitably is it causes a hot spot on your hand, on your fingers. And it's just not comfortable. Not to me anyway. I don't know. I just... So what I've done, what I typically do is I only put 3 of them in, but they're three big ones. So you can fit your hand on there. You can put it in different spots, especially this last one right here, where you can get those last 2 fingers on there. And no matter how you grab it, it just seems to fit, and you can get it right where you want it in your hand there, and it feels much better than the 4 grooves. So anyway, that's how I do mine. And again, look at now. There's been a lot of nice comments on that last video that I made with showing the how I put the stain. One of the steps in staining these handles, okay, and most of them have been very nice, but for some reason that particular video it just brought out a lot of trolls. And we've talked about this before. I'm not tolerant of that in any way, shape, or form. Okay, there's only a handful of people on here, my followers, that I allow to post a comment on there without me overseeing it. So every comment that goes on there, other than those people, I screen first. And it's a good thing I do, too, because there's a lot of idiots out there. They just don't seem to, some of the things that they say are just amazing. And I don't want my other people reading that type of thing either. So what typically happens is I see it, and if you're watching, whoever's doing that, those comments are gone. And so are you. So don't waste your time. I will not tolerate disrespectful comments on my site. And you're blocked. Your comments are blocked, and they never will be allowed on here again. So I don't know. It could even be AI for all I know. I don't even know if it's a real person, but somebody's trying to press your buttons or whatever. It's disrespectful and it's not necessary. So, but thank you for all the ones that are out there who are putting nice comments on. I really do appreciate that. And again, for the people that I always have let comment, because they are very nice people and friends of mine. So, that was just a comment. This is something I wanted to mention. Now, the other one that I had showed. Yeah. All right. Now, this knife was one of those ones that I just happened to playing around with. And what happens, I design something or I come up with an idea, or a customer has an idea, and I just kind of run with it. This was one of mine. And it changes. Now, yeah. Okay, now look at the wood on that too. Oh, yeah, mercy. Whew. Okay. This one's no slouch either. This is another piece that I set aside. This is kind of patterned off. I don't know how many different frontier knives out there. Now this is actually a classic, profile here, and I've changed it a little bit. It's actually wider right here than it is down here. I don't know if you can see that, and again, it dips down here. These are sharpened, so I got to be careful. Okay, so dip there, it comes back up a little bit more, and then back down again, and then there's this part right here too that dips down, where it normally, most of my other knives were, nothing fancy on the handle, just a narrow spot here and a wider spot tapers down. But this is actually a classic shape too that I've seen on lots of old frontier knives. So I decided to do that in there and just make it look that way. And I've talked about this too before, where you have to have something to lock your hand in when you have a knife, at least in my opinion anyway. It slides off, okay? You're cutting, you're doing whatever you're doing with it. If you don't have something to hold your hand back, it's going to slide off, and I don't like that. So there has to be a bigger end here, or a groove, or the bird's beak pattern that I have. On the other Hudsons, there's another round bulge right there, and it holds your hand back. So this was a little bit different, but I actually like the way that came out. And of course, we've talked about these before. Those are called loveless bolts. That was the gentleman who invented them, whenever time that was there. Bob Lovelace, I think his name was. And what it is, it's a brass round nut on both sides and a stainless screw that goes through it. Now those are tightened up, and of course there's epoxy on the handles too. And it's one rugged handle, I tell you. And it looks nice too. It looks, it's got kind of that bullseye pattern. Back in the old days, they didn't have those things like this for fasteners. They had a brass tube, and then a small brass rod that went through that, and then there was washers on both sides, and then they're peened down on both sides, and that locked the handle in place. A little overkill, nowadays to do that. If you want to be traditional, that's fine. But these are much stronger, and they just look cool anyway. So, all right. So, believe it or not, and yeah, by the time this video gets loaded on my page here, on the YouTube page, it's probably going to be 6:30 tonight. This one is actually going to be available on my page, on my site. It's been long. I have coffee here. I do. See, and I have been drinking it, but apparently, maybe not enough. I have to get back to that here. So, 6:30 tonight, p.m. Eastern time. Yes. Now everybody who has sorry, I have to cough now. Everybody on my wait list has already gotten an email stating that this is going to be available. So if you haven't joined my wait list, please do so. There's a link in the description down at the bottom of this video here, and this will be available tonight. And if you don't get it, if you wanted it, if you don't, it doesn't get, somebody else buys it, whatever. Don't worry, I'm going to be making more of it. So making more of them. Sorry, I better drink that coffee sooner rather than later. Anyway, okay, so doesn't happen too often. I have a knife available, and that's going to happen tonight. Now, been getting more leather stuff too here. I've always had leather stuff on the site, and people comment on my leather work all the time, so they ask if I can make this or I can make that, whatever, and I make stuff anyway, and I sell the wallets and stuff. I got a lot of them to do, but got a lot of belts also. So my other belts that I've done were 2-ply, okay, like a thicker top layer and then a thinner inside layer, and they were glued together and sewn together and everything, and that makes for, it's like plywood, makes for a stronger piece, doesn't stretch. But I decided to order a hide 13-14 ounce, which is just about 1/4 of an inch thick. Yeah, that's some thick stuff. That hide, half a cow, was about 8 feet long, and a buddy of mine had to help me wrestle that thing so I can cut it. These are going to be belts. Okay, here's one strap. I'm going to turn this into a belt for a customer that ordered one, and a couple other ones that I have. And I'm going to make a few available for everybody here too, on my site to order if they want to. Now there's going to be stitching on both sides, you know, top and the bottom, and that keeps, well, at this thickness, it really doesn't stretch, but it makes for a more rugged, and it looks nice too, the stitching. So watch for those coming up. Those will be here soon. And these things, this is waxed canvas, green canvas, and leather. There's something about that combination here. It's very popular now, and I didn't even realize it until somebody started asking me about it. It does look kind of cool, don't it? You know, that leather and the green. It's not everybody's, you know, preference, but I kind of like it, you know. So I made a couple of those too, and those have sold. And I got another one. There's one left on the site too, available. Now, the one thing that always drove me nuts about snaps on a bag of this kind here is that inevitably when you go to snap that closed, you're pressing down on the snap and everything inside of that bag, and you're either crushing the insides, or it just doesn't snap at all. And now you see that little loop right there? You can stick your finger right behind that, and then close it. You get all the pressure you want for it right there behind it, and it works fine. Now I can't take credit for that. I saw a couple other companies out there making bags, lots of bags, duffel bags and stuff that have that on there, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. I'll just incorporate that into mine. So anyway, that solved that problem. So I guess that's about it. Now I got a lot more coming though. Trying to slow down a bit, like I've talked about before. Yeah. Just not going to be making any limited runs for a while. Just catching up and everything, like I said before. And we'll have, I'm going to have knives available, but not so much just, you know, order your handle wood, or they're already going to be made. They're already going to be made, and there they are. Buy them if you want them. If you don't, somebody else will buy them, whatever. That's not saying I'm not going to make limited runs anymore. I'm just not in the foreseeable future here. Any limited runs. Maybe, I don't know, it'll be a little while. But don't worry, I'll have something. But I'll have other knives available as time goes on. Just trying to shift gears into a lower gear, which is not working very well for me at all. Yeah, I mean, I've been supposedly semi-retired for the past year and a half, and that's not working. Not working. I still got whole tons of things that I need to do. I'm trying to renovate the house a little bit, and it's just not working. So I got to try something. I'll let you know if it works. Anyway, got my clicker here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I really appreciate all the people subscribing and liking all the videos, except for those ones that I just mentioned before. And I'll be back for more here. I'll have more videos. And thank you again for everybody for all the... We're trying to get to 10,000. I'd like to hit 10,000. I think we're just under 9,000 subscribers. But I'd kind of like to hit that 10,000 threshold there. That'd be cool. Anyway, we'll see how that turns out. So anyway, thanks again for watching, everybody. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks again.